Whole reason of coming in and doing a preliminary damage assessment is to simply find out just how much damage was done to the infrastructure. This building is just absolutely critical to the operation of not only Albuquerque and Santa Fe, but the state of New Mexico. So it's important that we go in and have the assessment teams in here take a look. Some of the other things we'll be looking at is infrastructure damage out, perhaps roads, bridges, something of that nature perhaps that will be going on. Needless to say, we will be here just as long as we're needed. We work directly with the county officials. We work directly with the state officials. We're here to support New Mexico.
Do you know about how many teams are in the state right now doing the same thing?
Well, right now we've got just one team, but there's a lot of different members of that team for public assistance, and we are doing quite a bit of traveling. New Mexico's a big state. We're going to be doing a lot of driving. We're going to visit the counties who were hard impacted and take a look at the infrastructure damages.
So it's just you guys and then tomorrow you're going to go?
There's another group.
There is
As
another
part
group.
of this team, we've split up, and so kind of his team is one constellation, and we've split into teams, so we have other people working in the Albuquerque area today.
Oh.
It appears that there's a 7-step declaration process after an event like freezing weather and the gas shortage. What is your first assessment of the first step, the state's own pre-assessment?
The best thing to do with that is when we come up with financial figures, there's no way we can put an assessment as far as a financial figure on that right this minute until we get right out there and see it. It's hands-on.
Yeah, but how would you characterize the state's efforts in the first step, that pre-assessment by the state?
Well, since we were here, the state has requested us to come in. And since we just got here yesterday, we've just landed in the state. We're just now starting. This is one of the first buildings we've looked at in downtown Albuquerque. There'll be more to come, of course.
But the steps are that you come after the state has done their own pre-assessment. And what I'd like you to do is characterize the state's assessment.
That I don't know, the state's assessment on that.
Brad, can you explain why you're in Albuquerque first? I know some people are wondering why you're not in Taos first, or maybe some other areas that were hit a little bit harder. Can you give us a reason as to why you're starting here and working your way up rather than starting there and coming down?
Sure. The state actually requested us to come to Albuquerque, and of course, it's absolutely critical when you've got the major airport for the whole state that is here, the base that is here, so much of the infrastructure that runs the state of New Mexico, whether it be in Albuquerque or in Santa Fe, the capital, that is so imperative to the state that we wanted to get going as soon as possible, and we come in as guests of the state. They will ask us where they would like us to go, and that's where we go. As far as going up north where there's damages, of course we'll be there.
And are you going to be visiting residences, or are you keeping this to mainly infrastructure, whether it be government buildings, county buildings, that sort of thing?
Well, yes, right now we're primarily focusing on public assistance, which is the infrastructure, exactly right. Something your viewers would want to know. On residence damages, it has to be 50% damaged. Is it damaged? Is it destroyed? Are they still out of their homes? Things of that nature that go into individual assistance. So right now we're primarily focused on public assistance.
And how long do you estimate it will be before you're able to give your review of findings to Governor Martinez?
That could be just a matter of days. It could be a little bit longer than that. We will submit the findings to the governor. The governor then will look it over and make a decision on whether to request a presidential declaration at that time.
And that number again is 2.4 million.
2.4 million on public assistance, infrastructure damage, 2.4 million for the state of New Mexico.
What makes up that number?
It goes by per capita, or the population per state. It's a dollar figure per head, and it comes up to 2.4 million.
Do you have a figure or a sense of what might be expected in terms of individual assistance?
I don't right now, Sarah. I wish I did. I wish I had an answer for that. Right now, again, we're primarily focusing on public assistance for the infrastructure of the state. The main reason is I think that particularly like in Albuquerque or in Santa Fe, when you go around to look there was a tremendous amount of damage, how many homes were damaged? Are they destroyed? We haven't found those yet as far as just driving around, doing what we call windshield time. We've done some windshield time, and so we realized that there is some more damage, and of course there's more counties to be looking at, and we'll be there.
Great.
Did the state skip the first step in the process?
No, not at all. The state of New Mexico has done a remarkable job. This was a big storm, and it's a storm that it just, for nothing else, it just caught everybody by surprise. They should be thankful that the state of New Mexico didn't have a Super Bowl going on at this time. Some states did.
You're from Denton, aren't you?